Welcome back to Notebook Live on TV3, and my first guest was my colleague and our Tema regional correspondent, Josephine Frimpong. And a lot of messages actually coming in for Josephine. And Joseph Mensah says that, Josephine, thanks for good work. And Hudu Abdul says the police should look into the case very seriously, because looking at the whole issue, the man went and made the report. God guard and protect our teachers. And Joseph Mensah, Dorothy Adu says, big ups TV3. The government should put in place measures to protect the lives of teachers. And Bakun Al-Hassan says, I send my condolence to the family of the murdered teacher. And TV3, you are the best in news. Benson Bediaku, thank you very much. And Keture Ajamanteria says, no matter what happens, don't stop bringing us good news. Thank you all so much. You can keep coming, sending your comments in, because my second guest, my colleague, and he's also a national service personnel, is in the studio with me. Edward Balami, good afternoon. Good to see you. Oh, you're cold. Yeah. All right. 19th November was World Toilet Day, and this particular issue, I want you to send me your comments on it, because I live in an area where a lot of Labadi, where a lot of the people don't have toilet facilities in their homes. So this is a very serious one, because it comes our health, sanitation, a whole lot of them. So keep your messages coming in. You covered the World Toilet Day. Yeah. Where did you go?
I went to Nima, passed through Labadi, and I also...
You mentioned my area.
Yeah. And I also visited Lavender Hill,
okay,
where they drop the feces.
All right.
So
how was the reception, before you continue, how was the reception like when you went there? Did they know what you were there to do? How did they receive you?
No, most of them didn't know what I was looking for there. But I told them it was a World Toilet Day, okay, and even getting people to talk to them on camera was a bit difficult.
Why were they shying away from the camera? Isn't that because they don't have their shy? What was it? What did you get from them?
I realized that, you know, most times you don't want
and
to...
And on your screens you can see the sanitary conditions of some of these
things,
public toilets.
So we tend to shy off when it comes to certain things in life, even though we do it. But we don't want to see people on watching us on TV.
That's you there. Just hold on. Yes, that's you there.
Yeah.
Who was that gentleman you were talking to?
He works there. This is Nima East, okay, and there is a container there where they collect rubbish. So he works there, and he patronizes the toilet there. There's a public toilet there. Yeah.
What were they telling you? Because we can't.
Yeah, I was trying to get them on camera to ask them the frustrations and other things they go through when they want to visit the place of convenience. And they were not ready to talk to me on camera. Right. So I had to convince them.
So did you get people to talk to
you?
And what did they tell you about it? Are they really worried that, or they just care about getting a place to sleep?
No, they are really worried about the situation, especially this being the capital of Ghana. And I spoke with one teacher, and he told me he had to be in queue, and even at times
queue?
Yes, if you go there early mornings around 5, 6, you see a very long queue, a winding queue there. And you wouldn't believe that.
This is a place of convenience?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I haven't seen one in Labadi, honestly. That's Nima East.
Nima East.
Wow.
Yeah. So I realized that upon the information I gathered, I realized that almost 87% of people in Ghana don't have access to household latrines and other public institutions. And it was quite worrying, looking at it's almost 4.2 million of Ghanaians don't have access. And
even before you go on, I mean, you try to talk to the individuals, the tenants, I should say.
Yeah.
How much you get to speak to the landlords? Because they build the houses and decide not to include places of convenience, which is very, very vital to the human.
Yes. Look, it's a story that I'm doing, and I'm looking at sanitation in the capital.
Sure.
And I'm doing that with Solomon Mensah, a colleague. Okay. And we are looking at how tenants, sure, the frustration and the other pains that they go through. Because where I lived some time ago, I had to be going elsewhere, you know, and it was very bad. So I'm still on that story. I'm doing it. I'll be visiting Lavender Hill, sure, and look at what they do over there. Because I understand the minister said some time ago that she would ask them to stop dropping their feces there, but it's still going on. And even worldwide, we have about 4.5 billion people who do open defecation every day.
And I remember that day, 19th November, you were in a very bad mood. I remember very well. They didn't roll your story, did they?
No.
Why? I mean, that must be very heartbreaking for you, that you go out there, get a story, you come and your editors say, well, it's not going to go because we have some relative, equally important stories that must see the light of day. How did that make you feel?
I felt very bad, but I learned so many things from that end.
What exactly did you learn?
That I have to always work within a certain time, because I went to Nima East around 5, and which was very late because I should have done that earlier. I realized that I haven't had anyone to speak, someone who patronizes public toilet to speak to. That's why I arrived there with my cameraman Amandu. And earlier I have tried to get some visuals.
I'll come to ask about the crew you went out with, but let me go on Facebook and read a few more of your comments. Keep them coming in. And Fred Enchil says, Bridget, I liked your intro. It was more of a freestyle. Really? It was a grunt. All right, thank you very much. And condolences to the bereaved family. Such a pathetic story. The man should be dealt because it's a deliberate act, and that's coming from Mabel Ishan. Isaac Darko is saying that, how can you shoot an innocent teacher? And then we have some other more. It says, Ghanaians should have, every Ghanaian household must have a place of convenience. I so agree with you on that one. And which crew did you go out with? When did you go out with?
I went out with Amando and our driver Kojo. Yes.
Were they supportive? I mean, were they? When Amando,
yeah, you know, Amando.
What's his full name? Amando, what's his full
Daniel Latte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Amando was supportive, but when we came back to the office and I needed SOTs for those who patronize public toilets, he didn't want to go, so I had to convince him. And finally,
why do you think I mean, perhaps the reception you guys had, because looking at you on screen, it looked like you really had a tough time trying to convince individuals to come out and share such rather morbid opinion.
Yes, you know, that very day, the day was observed internally. Okay. So they didn't have any official program for World Toilet Day in Accra here. So I had to search on the net, get some contacts, talk to them, and I did that in the morning. And I had to go to Ghana Wash, a USAID-funded program, and get some.
So we'll take another break, very short one. We'll come back and read more of your comments. Balami is still with me in the studio. And then when we come back, look at the lighter side of some policemen. You really want to see this. All right, welcome back to Notebook Live on TV3, and more of your comments keeps trickling in. I have Edward Balami still with me in the studio. He covered the World Toilet Day, and well, he's sharing his experiences and some frustrations, of course, with us. And Solomon Mensah says, kudos Edward Balami. We need more of such stories that bring the plight of the people to the doorstep of our leaders. And Notebook has made me, Amani Muntala says, Notebook has made me stay on my TV set, best for TV3 Ghana toilets. SMPA. And the people of Agric in the Tamale Central constituency now have a decent public toilet facility thanks to the MP for the area, and we'll make sure he gets back to Parliament come January 2013. And that's coming from Bakon Al-Hassan. And Maimuna is rather saying that I was so embarrassed knowing that I shared my birthday on such a day. Oh, Maimuna, don't be embarrassed. It's not bad after all. And Hudu Abdul says, it's high time the government took the matter of the toilet for home forever. Looking at my area, if you want to free yourself, you have to wake up as early as 5 a.m. If not, you join a very long queue. Well, there's something called flying toilets. What's that?
Yes, Mr. George Yamori told me about that. He's at Ghana Wash. And that one, you do it in a polythene bag.
Oh, okay, that's one.
And you just throw it.
Oh.
So he was saying that you
I understand some people call it takeout. Oh, God.
You throw it into the air.
But I forgot to mention, Balami actually did his attachment with TV3 for like a year, and he stayed on. He's doing his national service with us. So you have gathered quite some experience here. Tell me one word to describe TV3 Newsroom. One word to describe the newsroom, TV3 Newsroom.
Very hot.
Very hot.
Yeah.
One there. All right. Balami will stay with me. But earlier in the week, I was sent out there the police had a press conference to tell Ghanaians of their preparations for the elections 2012, the things they've been doing. And that was me and my crew, Mr. Kofi there, and Virtue was my cameraman. And we went there, and I tell you what, the press conference was okay. But then we were moved to the police training school where it was hectic. It wasn't easy. And the policemen, I was so tired, I had to find coconuts to drink. And the policemen, and this is COP John Kudalo coming in, they delayed us for 2 hours. The police are mostly on time, but this time they were late. And that was me, the sun, it was scorching.
You have to assure the public.
Now let's listen to what the policemen said.
Who are from Eastern region? Eastern. So now when someone comes to the police station and comes to snatch the ballot box, you have the bike, you have the gun, what will you do? You fire. Prevent them from taking the fireworks.
You show well.
Okay, all right.
For my girlfriend to see me.
I want to interview you.
You want to interview me? All right, go ahead, interview me. You ask me the question.
I'm interviewing her.
I'm taking to ask you the question.
And now Robert entered there. And you have a gun. What are you supposed to do?
If I'm in my room and an armed robber enters my room, I will shoot the armed robber.
Thank you.
And kill him.
And kill him.
Yeah, of course.
You know, abuse of human rights.
Abuse of human rights. He's trying to kill me.
You know what?
I'm defending myself.
If you're on duty, as a dispatch rider, at the scene,
Yeah.
and I'm robbing,
Yeah.
what will be your reaction?
An armed robber.
Yeah.
I'm at the scene, dispatch
Yeah,
rider.
you.
I think the armed robber is there to rob.
Once you have a gun.
And I have a gun.
Yeah, well,
so I am there to protect life and property.
Yes.
Clearly, the armed robber doesn't value his life. And he doesn't value the property.
I'm
So
there
we
being a
will...
dispatch rider. I've ever
Oh,
right
you
to
kill him. You kill him. So the policemen have turned into journalists. Now they are questioning me and I'm answering them from my, civilian point of view.
Okay, now my question is, I'm at the police station. And maybe the macho men have just carried the ballot box.
I arrived there on motorbike.
In this case, yeah.
I arrived there on motorbike.
See, and I arrived there on my motorbike. In this case, if I shot the man, would I be justified?
Oh, I think that even this one, you don't need even my answer because first of all, you're wearing a uniform. And the armed robber wants to disrupt the elections. So you have every right to use, like they say, necessary force to get him down so that the law will have him. So you can target a place where, when you shoot, he's not going to die. So you shoot, if you miss and you shoot his eyes, well, he will die. Individuals who are misbehaving, the camera will capture them, trust. The camera will capture them.
All right, so I was just trying to contain it. Well, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all the policemen. They were extremely tired because they had just finished, training. And whilst they were unwinding, I thought, well, it would be a good time to have very, very candid, very, very light conversation with them because you hardly see the officers like this. I say kudos to all of them, and we hope that indeed, like they are saying, they will deliver on election day come December 7. Our time is up. Unfortunately, our time is up. But Balami, your final word.
Ghana, we are 39% away from achieving the 54% target.
But you're still talking about the World Toilet issue. It's right there. I see you're passionate about it. You'll come back to talk more about it. But Nana Tay on Facebook, Nana T says, big ups to you and your crew. Bridget, you and the police keep up. How I wish this was 1 hour. Well, think about that. And I love TV3 News. News about our sanitation is more important so far as our health is concerned. And Edward Balami, kudos, and we need more of such stories. Thank you very much for watching. We are back again next week. It's Sundays at 12 noon with me, Bridget Otu. Have a very good afternoon. News 360 will come on at 7 p.m.